The following are 8 difficulties highly sensitive people face. 1. You can't stand loud noises. Does the prospect of going to a house party, club, or even simply a sports game outing seem daunting? 3. You are critical of social interactions. You are more apt at picking up social cues and reading body language. 5. It's difficult for you to get over breakups and move on from relationships. 8 challenges a highly sensitive person, HSP, face. Do you naturally process and perceive stimulus on a much more profound level than most individuals? Are you very intuitive, self-aware, and extrasensory perceptive and care deeply for others? If so, then you may be a highly sensitive person, or HSP for short. HSPs have a higher emotional intelligence. They are generally more creative and passionate, but unfortunately, this comes at a cost. The following are 8 difficulties highly sensitive people face. 1. You can't stand loud noises. Does the prospect of going to a house party, club, or even simply a sports game outing seem daunting? While most people are excited to go out and party, you get easily overwhelmed by the prospect. From the elevated noise levels to the disorderly environment may cause you to internally shut down. Your friends may label you as a boring stick in the mud, but it feels like self-preservation to you. You feel so overwhelmed by the chaotic environment that you cannot process what's going on around you, so you shut down mentally and emotionally as a result. 2. You feel emotional exhaustion more easily than others. Ever get any compliments about what a good listener you are? Do you have mixed feelings about being an empath because it also emotionally exhausts you? A chief characteristic about being a HSP is that you experience feelings more deeply and intensely than others. You are able to absorb and sympathize with other people's thoughts and emotions on a deeper level, which can be overwhelming. 3. You are critical of social interactions. You are more apt at picking up social cues and reading body language than other people. Others are impressed with your accurate insights into reading social situations. However, on the flip side, you may also inflate or overread facial expressions and misperceive or exaggerate how someone else is feeling. 4. How do you feel about watching gory films? What about hearing the details of a horrific crime? As a HSP, you do not enjoy violence as it easily triggers you. If all you want to do is curl up into a ball and huddle under 10 layers of blankets, you might be a highly sensitive person. You are easily unsettled by watching or hearing violence. 5. It's difficult for you to get over breakups and move on from relationships. Do you find it difficult to move on from a long-term relationship and are still fuming over it 4 months later? Still resentful over being taken advantage of by a friend from 2 years ago? It's okay. Nothing is wrong with you. You are just more sensitive and find it harder to heal those emotional wounds and trust people again. You have a hard time letting go and moving on. Be patient. Perhaps take up meditation or speak to a professional. 6. You prefer familiarity and routine. You dislike change. As a HSP, navigating through new territory or dealing with new people can be mentally exhausting. It takes all your mental effort, as you are more sensitive and easily absorb others' feelings and thoughts. You take everything in, and it takes time before you can start to feel accustomed to your new surroundings. 7. You can't function well under pressure. Time-sensitive deadlines or an expectation to accomplish something can cause distress to a highly sensitive person. You hate having to rush your work or juggle multiple things at the same time. You'd much rather give your undivided attention to one task at a time without pressure, so that you can let your creative juices flow. 8. You don't have solid boundaries and are prone to being too open. You more easily cave in to other people's requests, despite you not having the time because you sympathize with their cry for help. Unwilling to say no, your compassion overrides your boundaries and you feel that you stretch yourself thin to accommodate for others. Do most of the aforementioned points apply to you? If so, you may be a highly sensitive person. Taking up meditation, self-reflection, or even talking to a professional therapist may help you sift through your thoughts and emotions to help you be more in alignment with your inner self. There is nothing wrong with being a highly sensitive person. The world is made up of all kinds of people and personalities. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. It is up to you to be aware of them and lean into your strengths while being aware of your limitations. You got this.